Welcome everyone to our daily Forex market analysis call, and this is in preparation for trading on November 16th, 2017. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. And also, if you have questions about your individual investment needs, I recommend you talk to your investment advisor. All right, so let's go and have a look at what's going on here. We had Australian data come out, and actually I'm at the wrong computer. Let me see what happened to we had an Aussie trade. Stop loss 76.25. Okay, safe zone still. I normally don't like taking trades or keeping trades open during news time, so we got lucky there, and it did not go up. Looks like there's a whipsaw. So we'll get back to that. Unemployment numbers or employment numbers for Australia here, they were a negative. So less than or worse than expected. The employment rate here, unemployment rate has dropped, but the employment change numbers were a negative. So we saw a whipsaw essentially, no major change other than that. So today we didn't have a whole lot of tons of central bankers or anything, so things were a little bit more smoother. Going into tomorrow here, Thursday, retail sales numbers for British pound. These are important numbers, so we will definitely keep an eye on them. CPI numbers again for Eurozone are very important, so with that will be something to watch out. And we have Bank of England Governor Carney speaking. So right now, with all the Brexit talk that's been going on, this stuff will be important. So this is something that we do need to keep an eye on. Anything to do with UK, because we do trade British pound, so this will be important. And then we have unemployment numbers for the US here. Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, that is usually important as well. Later on in the afternoon, FOMC comments, but hopefully we don't have any trades open at that time. So really the important news is up here, just a couple of pieces of important news plus Carney. Okay, so that's for tomorrow. So let's go on to our charts now. So this is our Australian dollar here. We saw a whipsaw here, and now looks like it's okay. So we'll come back to that. So just okay, so over here, euro US dollar. We'll start off with the euro US dollar as usual, and we'll work our way through. We have a pin bar. So today we had a whip pin bar. So we saw a pin bar here. So earlier I had pointed out there was a pin bar in another one that we were watching, EuroCAD. There was a very nice 1 hour pin bar in EuroCAD that worked out really well, actually. So let me pull that up. So I really like, basically the point that I'm trying to make here is I really do like pin bars, and we are into this important support and resistance area. We have a pin bar, so I'm looking for price to drop as a result of this one. And the target level would be 1.1720 area. So that's what we are looking at. Okay, so euro US dollar, we're looking, the bias is to the downside. This is where we had, now I'm looking for a drop to here, 1.1720, which is close to our S2 areas, looking for price to drop for this. As always, I do look for pullback. So in this case, we could see a pullback into pivot point. So the move here that I would be looking out for would be something like this. This is the move that I am keeping an eye on, or it could go into this area. So we see price go up and then drop. So that's the move there, but the bias overall based on this daily pin bar will be to the downside. Pound daily, euro US dollar here, euro US dollar is in a range. So very, very neutral close for the day. Price hasn't gone anywhere. So based on this, the bias is neutral. we could we could see it go either way. There's no real direction at the moment. If the price goes into 1.30 to 30 level, I'm looking for a drop. So I'm going to trade this as a range bound market. Goes into the highs, I'm looking for a short. Goes into the bottom, I'm looking for a long on this. So that's the bias. Neutral for pound dollar. Okay, so Aussie here. Aussie is, the bias is to the downside, but now we are coming into important support and resistance area. In terms of the news, it was mixed for employment numbers. So in this case, I am looking for a drop in this one. Here we are seeing a pullback. Prices pulled back into this support and resistance area, which is 76.10. It could, so from here, I'm looking for, the bias is still to the downside in this one. So the next target that I'm looking for is 0.7536 level. So in our 1 hour, this is what we have. It could go all the way to test the highs one again, 72, 76.10 area. So that's something to watch out for. But based on the daily here, the bias is very much to the downside. So Aussie dollar, I'm looking for a move down into just this 0.7536-ish area. New Zealand dollar, the bias is, we had a pin bar here as well with a very, very small body. The bias is to the downside. The target for this will be 0.6820 level, which is the bottom of right over here. So this is what I'm looking for here, looking for price to drop in terms of New Zealand. So bias is to the downside. If we just pull it back here, price is holding below the pivot point, hasn't tested the pivot, and I'm looking for a further drop here as well. So bias is bearish for that. Dollar CAD has been interesting. We are seeing a move to the upside, but price is getting compressed. It's not looking as strong, especially with the our oil here. Oil has been pushing up. So as a result, we have, or no, it was pushing up before. So today it has pushed up. So as a result, we are seeing price react here. So this is also our previous support and resistance level. So in this case, the bias is to the upside, but the move is getting compressed. So I would be very cautious. So I would be cautiously bullish on this one. But if the price is not able to hold above this 127.80 level, then we are looking for a drop. So this is our 127.80 level right over here. If the price is not able to hold above this level, then I'm looking for it to come lower. And this is our trend line, as we can see. So I would look for price to come back into the trend line. So this one will have to wait and see how this kind of plays out. But this is our trend line. So I'm looking for, as long as price stays below 127.80, I'm looking for price to come down lower and then test the trend line. And once it tests the trend line, we could get a bounce. In that case, we'll go up, or if we get a break, then we're looking for this next level to the downside, 126.80 area. So that's how I'm going to play this. Right now, it looks like it wants to move lower. So we do have this 1 hour pin bar here. And as we can see, this tweezer top. So right now, it looks like it wants to move lower. But overall, the bias is to the upside, but with a compressed move. So there's a chance that it will come down. Euro Swiss franc here, we do have a small pin bar, and as a result, I'm looking for a price to move lower. So we'll have to kind of watch euro as well with this. So right now, US dollar is weakening just in general. But overall, euro has dropped, and we have a pin bar in euro as well. So both of these will generally move in the same direction. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. So for now, I'm looking for price to come lower in this and come back into this, test the previous level here, this previous high, which is 1.1620 level. And if it breaks through this level, then I am looking for price to move lower into this 1.1580 level. So the moves are quite small in Euro Swiss franc. So those will be the two levels. The first target will be to the downside, 1.1620. Second target to the downside, 1.1580 level. Pound Swiss franc here, we did see a drop, and then since then price has pushed back up, and so this one kind of looks neutral at the moment. So I'm looking for price to come back and test the low once again here, which is 1.2950 level. So looking for price to sort of drop here. However, it could retest high into this level, so we could get that move to the upside and then a bounce off of that level like that. So, but overall, the bias is still bearish to neutral here. So I will look for price to drop there. Dollar Swiss franc, we have a very neutral close here, big pin on in the bottom and the top as well, but it's bearish candle close. So bearish to neutral would be my bias on this one here as well. So I'm looking for price to come and test the low again. But before it does that, it could push up higher. So again, we could have this type of a move to the downside. So I'm looking for 98.40 as the target to the downside for this. Pound CAD. Pound CAD is still looking bullish. We saw this bullish pin bar with a very small kind of doji looking one. And since then, it's moved up higher. Actually, can you guys just hold on for 1 second, please? All right, so pound CAD here, this is looking bullish still. So for this one, the next target would be into this 1.6950 area. So that will be the next target. But important thing to remember about pound CAD is that we are into important support and resistance level here. So this one right here, as we can see, that's an important level. We are retesting that. So if the price is not able to break above a 168.30 level, we could see a drop here. So that's an important level. So if a price could certainly do this, but overall the bias is still to the upside, but important level to watch. As we can see, we have support resistance here, and again, price is testing the same level. So that's something to keep in mind. If it breaks above 1.6830, we're looking at the next level of 1.6950 area. Pound yen, let's take a look. Pound yen, still the bias is to the downside. We are, we had a test of this level twice now, 14800. So I'm still looking for price to come back and test this level. But if we do not break this level again, we could see a bounce off of this level. So it will be a test of the same level. And usually if the price does not break a level 3 times, the tendency is that it will go up. So in this case, the first target will be 148. If the price breaks that level, then we are looking at this 146 point or 14700 level. But first, the key test would be 148.00. If we don't see a break, then we could bounce off of that. So overall bias is still to the downside. Euro yen, we have seen a drop. So now we're looking for price to move lower. And in this case, we're looking for price to come back and test this level again. 132.50 would be my first target to the downside. And then we're looking for 131.50 level. Okay, Aussie yen, huge drop. At this point, I am looking for price to drop further. So in this case, we'll bounce up 86.00 and then a drop. And looking for it to go lower potentially. So first, we do need to watch this level, 85, 50 or 40-ish level. So once we see a break of that, then we are looking at 84.92, so about 8,500. But again, this is an important support and resistance level. So we do need to see a clear break of this, because if we don't, this could bounce up higher as well. So this has been a big drop here. And as a result, our pullback could be higher, even into this 86 15-ish area, and then a drop. So the first target would be 85.40 level. Second target would be 85.00. Okay, last one here, dollar yen, big drop. We could see a retest into that level, 11300, and then a drop from there. So overall bias is bearish. I'm looking for price to drop. 112.50 will be the target to the downside here. So that is looking bearish as well. Any questions or anything to add? All right, if not, we'll call it a wrap. So I will be back to trade London tonight. So I will see you guys then. Have a good night.